Hey, it's Tom, techbait.net crypto blogger, Mr. Excitement. Got some little camera action going today. I don't always like using the camera. Standing out here on a rainy New York City day. I actually have to have an umbrella because it's raining out and there's a scaffold across the street, but you're not supposed to stand over there. So I've got my umbrella. So anyway, over on TechBait, the tech news site that I have, I see some interesting things, right? First off, something caught my attention here. Let's see if it comes up. HTC announces Exodus new smartphone for decentralized Bitcoin and Ethereum apps. This thing is supposed to have a hardware component that interfaces with blockchains. Now, I'm not so sure how I feel about this yet because reading the article, it's not exactly clear how it exactly works, other than saying, there's a hardware component that interfaces with the blockchain. Like, how is your stuff secure? What happens if your phone gets stolen or lost? Stuff like that. I'm not sure how it keeps your keys safe. Like if someone gets a hold of that phone, that's kind of scary. I mean, it's going to be integrated with Exodus Wallet. Apparently, it's going to support multiple blockchains. So could you imagine having assets across all of these blockchains and then something happens to your phone or it falls into the wrong hands? I need assurances. And some HTC, I'm doing this on an HTC phone, and I am not impressed with HTC products one bit. Like, I have have a phone that has a bad hardware glitch since like a month after I got it, and getting it repaired is not easy either. They don't make it easy, so I've lived with it. Basically, the phone blacks out, the screen blacks out, and there's little. Thankfully, you're able to get the screen back. It's not like a permanent thing. But anyway, I don't trust HTC with phones, let alone with blockchain support. But anyway, it's an interesting development. I also noticed, Bitcoin's true believers are still waiting on a conference-fueled rally. Now, this whole thing, we all mentioned, consensus is coming mid-May, that it's going to possibly signal a market injection of lots of institutional money, because a lot of these companies, players are at the conference, they're making connections, they're cementing business, they're establishing, and then it's going to be cementing business relationships, things like that. So it makes sense that this sort of thing would be good overall, but it doesn't mean there's going to be an immediate boost, right? I mean, here we are during the conference, everything's in the red, and people are screaming, "But you guys, you YouTubers told us." No, some YouTubers are doing a lot of clickbait, unfortunately. Some are overstating the conference effect, and some aren't tempering people's expectations by saying, "Hey," some are though. Myself and others are saying, "Wait a minute, this conference is a good thing. It doesn't mean that stuff's going to moon this week." And as you can see, everything's in the red, so things are dumping. Okay, I've been saying all along, the Mt. Gox thing is still out there, right? He's still out there with his coins. He can cause a dump almost any time he wants. And, other things, just anything, it's a global thing, right? They raid a Korean exchange, and all of a sudden, boom, there's a dump. People get spooked. Some company or corporation, some government comes out and announces certain regulations, and the market takes a dump. So you can't really. I don't want that ad to play. You can't actually. You can't time this stuff, right? It's tough being a trader. Okay, traders have to time this stuff, but if you're a long-term holder, you should be good, because the long-term outlook is still bullish. Another thing here, Amazon embraces blockchain via partnership with Kaleido, a consensus company. Basically, Amazon Web Services is partnered with a blockchain startup, and they're going to enable their clients to access the blockchain as a service and move stuff onto blockchains without actually having to have intricate knowledge of blockchain itself, that sort of thing. So I don't know exactly how that's going to work. When reading the article, it doesn't go into that sort of detail, but it's very interesting, and it is Amazon Web Services, which is pretty big. And Joe Lubin, co-creator of Ethereum, actually had some positive stuff to say about it. So you can always look that up. These are all articles that I found on my own aggregator site, techbait.net, which I'm always hawking here, by the way. So they were all on here. And another thing, on my on TechBait, if you go down to the last crypto, I'm doing this with one hand because I'm holding my umbrella with the other. If you go down to the last crypto section before the regular technology feeds, I added Altcoin Buzz. Okay, Altcoin Buzz is a big. They have a YouTube channel. I've been watching them on YouTube. It's, basically this guy has a bunch of people doing videos. It's not just the one guy, and it's an interesting, channel, and they talk about a lot of cool things in the altcoin world. So anyway, it turns out they have a website, and and they have a feed. So I put them on my site because I think it's worth having their website feed. They look at a lot of pertinent stuff. It's not as quickly updating, I don't think, as a regular news feed. But here it is, Consensus Day 2 recap. They had a Day 1 recap down here. Talking about the FedEx, either accept blockchain or die out. That's interesting, from FedEx. New exchange powered by NASDAQ launches in June. So they got some cool stuff there. So definitely check that out. It's now on TechBait. Just another news feed. So let me scroll up. So I'm still battling the cough. But it's like having a toddler in the house. So those are some interesting stories. And just, don't expect moon stuff right now. I mean, look, I finally bought that Ven. I bought it under $5, but of course, Ethereum came down with everything else, so everything's relative. I didn't buy it with new fiat. Oh, by the way, there's a new, just reminded myself when I said fiat and Ethereum. Sorry, there's something on my phone screen that is very annoying. I don't know if it's in here, but I saw a news item. Also, they talk about BitLicense refugees. BitLicense is that New York law. It's interesting that New York City wants to become a blockchain hub, but New York State has this BitLicense problem they have to deal with. They're chasing companies out. They need to rewrite this law and tone it down a bit. But anyway, there's also, where is it? Another item there. South Korea's Aurora chain aims for 2,000 TPS in competition with Ethereum. Seems Ethereum's competitors are just like lining up. I don't know, where is it? They talk about the bear revival. I'm not sure where it is. There was an article that dealt with a new coin that's out. It's a new, I don't know, it's either scrolled off the feed or maybe I saw it someplace other than my site. But basically there's a new tether, basically another kind of tether coin. They already have True USD, which is TUSD. They already have Tether, which is USDT. But now another coin was announced. And also True USD started trading on Binance. And the interesting thing was that it was actually it was getting traded up above the dollar peg. So it was pegged to $1, but it got traded up to like $1.30. And the company, the people with the coin were warning traders, don't buy this thing that high. It's supposed to be only $1. They fluctuate a tiny bit, but it's not supposed to be a tradable thing like that. Before buying it at $1.30, and I don't know what it's at now, whether it's settled down or not yet, but apparently a new tether type coin, well, I think it was TUSD, it's already on Bittrex. It was already on Bittrex and now it's on Binance. But there's yet another tether alternative out there. I'm not sure where that one's trading. But anyway, you may want to keep an eye on that. I can't see it. I'm scrolling as I'm talking here with one hand, trying to find this story, and I don't see it right now. But there's another Tether coin out there, and the name of it totally escapes me right now. And I don't see it in the current news feed, so you may want to look that up. Just it should bring it up in Google News easily enough. So I think that's about it for now. I wanted to hit on those few things and just basically tell people, look, if you're long in crypto, just hold. Just hold through all this. You know, you're not going to sell low because then you lose, right? And it's all going to come back up. It's just a matter of when. You know, it's harder right now just being a trader. But, you know, traders take advantage of these swing movements and stuff anyway. So most of them are doing fine anyway because they know what they're doing, right? My trading bots are all bagged up right now, and that's a totally different situation. I'm just like waiting that out for now. I can only split my attention so many ways between what I do for a living, plus this, plus regular life. Sometimes it's just too much to split, and you just let certain little things fall by the wayside for a temporary time, and you know, sometimes they just work themselves out. So if you're just a long-term holder, a long-term investor, just hang on, and it'll be fine. Because you see all these positive developments like FedEx and Amazon and NASDAQ, and this cannot be anything but a positive long-term thing for crypto, okay? Crypto is going mainstream, probably through many different channels in time, and I think most of your investments are going to go up if you've invested in real projects. Just stay away from the dodgy stuff, okay? Look at this. JP Morgan co-president Jerry Pinto. Cryptocurrency will play a role in the future. Even they can't deny it. Even JP Morgan can't deny it. You know, decentralized apps are always big. So anyway, I'll leave you with that. I'm not going to just ramble on here. I hope I hit some interesting points for you to go do some further research on. I welcome you to use techbait.net to check out any articles that may catch your fancy. And that's it. I'll see you later. Mr. Excitement out.